Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. We have a short week this week. We are not asking a lot of you. However, we are asking you to complete a project. So please make sure that you use your class time and your time at home wisely and complete this 100-point assignment. One thing real quick before I get into the actual project, there will be no Google Meet for virtual students on Wednesday, November 25th. You guys will be expected to use that time to complete your project, and it will be due at 8 p.m. on Wednesday, the 25th of November. That's this Wednesday. So you have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to complete it. With that being said, I'll introduce the project. This unit has been on the concept of imperialism, a larger country controlling the affairs of a smaller country. During the late 19th and early 20th century, the United States went from more of an isolationist continental power to a world power. For this project, you are going to create a Google slide presentation on United States expansion during this time period. I'm going to break the project down for you slide by slide. It's going to be a total of 20 slides. Your first slide will be a title slide with the name of the presentation and your name. Your presentation name can be America Grows, The Eagle Spreads Its Wings, anything that you find interesting. It would not hurt to have a picture on this slide as well. You then have body slides to complete. You will do one body slide on imperialism. Basically, you're going to explain the concept of imperialism. You will then do one slide on each of the following. These are the factors of imperialism. You're going to explain them. Economic factors. For example, the United States colonizing a Middle Eastern nation benefits us economically because we get oil. The United States colonizing a country with a large population benefits us economically because we get new markets. Militaristic. This is obvious. Colonization of any colony or territory allows us to build a military base and protect ourselves. Nationalistic and humanitarian. Each of those will have one slide. You are then going to complete 2 slides on the following: the Spanish-American War. Who fought in it? When and where was it fought? Why was it fought? And what are the outcomes of the war? In other words, how does it shape overall American history? Where does it fit in the machine of American history and American expansion? You are then going to complete 2 slides on each of the following: Alaska, Cuba, Hawaii, the Philippines, Puerto Rico. And as a bonus, you are going to choose one present-day country to complete a slide on. You've been given the examples of Iraq and Afghanistan, but you may choose another country. The first 5, Alaska, Cuba, Hawaii, Philippines, Puerto Rico, those are pieces of land that the United States colonized during the age of imperialism. And then for the 6th one, you're going to pick somewhere you think the United States should colonize today. What are you expected to have in each of those slides? Let's scroll down. For each of those, we want a picture and its location on a map. So you could put a picture of Puerto Rico. Maybe you put a picture of the beach. It doesn't matter. Preferably your picture is relevant and its location on a map. When did America take possession of said territory? From whom did we take it? How did we take possession of said territory? Did we buy it? Did we win a war and were we given it? Did someone sign a treaty to hand control over? It could be a combination of these factors. We want to know which imperialistic factor does it fall under, and it can be more than one, and why it falls under those. Does it benefit us economically? Is it nationalistic? In other words, do we feel democracy is better? Do we feel our way of religion is better? Is it humanitarian? Do we believe that their way of medicine is wrong? Do we believe that they don't treat their people right and we want it to better lives, do we want to increase their standard of living? Or is it militaristic? So for each of these, whichever ones apply, not just which one it is, but why it is that one. And then lastly, how does the United States benefit? In other words, let's say that we're discussing Iraq and you say that we took it over for economic and military reasons. You would then say the United States would benefit from taking Iraq because they establish a base, militaristic reasons, in the Middle East, and they have access to oil, which would be economic. Furthermore, you could say America is spreading democracy and modern technology and medicine, which would be nationalistic and humanitarian. That's what you're going to do for each of Alaska, Cuba, Hawaii, Philippines, Puerto Rico. The sixth one, that's present day. This is transfer of knowledge. We want you to transfer your knowledge from what we've learned to somewhere in the world. Over the course of completing this project, I've had students say Iraq, Afghanistan, Canada, various African nations, Australia, any of the above. But we want you to apply those same principles to whichever present day territory you choose. And remember, it's hypothetical. You could say that we buy Australia for $1 billion. You could say during World War III, we win Somalia. We sign a treaty with the monarch of Jordan to take control of Jordan. Remember, it's all hypothetical. You have 3 days to do this. It's a fairly straightforward project. You can use your lecture notes. You can use the internet to research. And I will try to post, if I can scan it, some of the textbooks so you have that information in there. These are all things that shape American history. And we want you as the student to complete some student-centered learning to understand how the United States becomes this player on the world stage. How are you going to be graded? Can't make it more simple. It's 100 points. Each slide is worth 5 points on a 0 to 5 scale. If your slide is missing everything, it's a 0. If it's missing the majority of the information or it's incorrect, it's a 1. If it's missing some information or you have some grammatical errors, in other words, you don't capitalize the name of a country, you use THERE instead of THEIR, that would be a 3. And then if everything is correct, accurate, you would get a 5. Each slide will be scored this way. Again, there's no Google Meet for this. If you have any questions, you can remind or email. I'm also going to include in a separate attachment a template for the project. It's not complete and it's very basic. You can change it as you see fit. However, it gives you an idea to get you started with the project. Wish you guys the best of luck. For those of you that are 100% remote, I hope you have a happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving. Those of you that I'll see in school, keep doing a good job. And again, if you guys have any questions, you know how to reach out.